welcome you all for this today's session. This is your ninth session and second session of your second module. Okay, so just a continuation of the last session, HTML tables. Okay, HTML tables. In last class we discussed about tables. So how we can display tables on our web page, right? Okay, so there I have mentioned table sections like T head, okay, so T body, and again so T foot. So that I already mentioned this three tags. So and I have already given one example for that, how you are going to use that section and all. Is it right? So why we need this section means in order to style each section differently, we need to mention. Okay, so for example, entire table will have a one style of one set of style. So suppose I want to style header different and again body different and footer different. So here these tags will help to divide tables into a section. So then we can apply our own style for each and every section. So that means header one style, footer one style, body another style, like that. Okay, so how means, so I will take the last session example and I will modify slightly in order to make you people to understand what this section is and why we need these section tags. Okay, fine. So this is what the example I have taught in the previous session. So now look into the small changes I have done for the previous program is what. So T foot, instead of this T foot comes after this T body, I have written in between T head, okay, T head and T body. So instead of writing this T foot at the end, I have written that in between T head and T body. So now if I'll run this program, you can observe the output. So here you can see that even though I have written T foot after T head, so that row with the column span 3 and row 3 column 1 text, so that row has appeared at the end of the table itself. Okay, at the end of the table itself. Why? Because so I have declared that as a T foot. So T foot is nothing but table foot, which is always comes at the bottom of that table. Okay, so that is also row, that is also data, but it will always display in the last row. Even though I have defined in between, it will display that last row. Okay, fine. So now what's the use of this section? Is the only advantage of T8, the T body and T foot? No. So we can add a style for each and every section separately. How means? So I have left some space over here, right, in order to write style. Is it right? So now instead of this table and all, so now I can write so T body. Okay, so T body, open flower braces. So now I can add border, okay, border hyphen top colon 1 point solid black. Okay, solid black. Now I am going to close this with a semicolon, and again now I am going to close so this flower braces. Okay, so now if I will run this program, okay, if I will run this program, you can notice the output. So here this border top, that means top of the body will be appeared with the 1 point solid black border. Okay, so that is how we can use this section in order to style all this header, body and footer in a different style. So let's move on to a few more examples of styling tables. Okay, table stylings. So let us consider this example. Okay, So intentionally I have left this space. Okay, so open head I have using what title table section. So next one is what, closing head tag. So next one is body. So within that body I have created table. So first row is what, the heading row, th, because I have here I am using what, th. So that's why it is what, heading row. So in that heading row, f name, l name and age. So these three are what, heading of a table. So under that again I am creating one more row. So under name, first name, so here Ajay is up here. Okay, so in this table second row first element is what, Ajay first name, Kumar second name, okay, last name, and again age is what, 29, and next row Sharad Kumar, age is what, 30, and again in the next row, so Puneet Prakash, and the age is what, 26. So and again I have closed this table. Okay, so you can see this, you can notice this, tr is closed here, again tr is closed here, again this tr is closed here. Okay, so likewise here I am going to close this table body HTML. Okay, so now you can notice the output. Okay, now you can notice the output. So the output with the heading f name, l name and age, followed by 3 rows of code, okay, information. So this table won't have any border, right, won't have any border. So now how to insert border means, as I already discussed in the previous session. So we can use what, border equal to 1 in a table tag, or else so style table, is it right? So now I am going to write this, so style, okay, style. So within that, so now I need to style this table, right? Okay, so for that table, open flower braces, border, okay, colon, 1 point, solid black. Okay, so solid black, close this, put semicolon and close this flower braces. So now again I am going to close this style here. Okay, so I am going to close this style. So now I have applied this border of 1 point solid line black color, is it right? Black color, 1 point solid line for the table. Now if I will run this program, okay, if I will run this program, you can notice that the table has outer border, is it right? The table has outer border. Now suppose I want to insert, I want border for data means, so here I need to write, so td border 1 point solid black. Okay, solid black. Now if I will run this program, so now you can notice that there is a separate border for table, okay, and again separate border for each TD. So TD is nothing but cell, is it right? So there is a separate border, and those two outer border and the cell border, so those two borders are different. Okay, so that's why you can notice that, so there is a two borders in between each cell, is that right? 2 lines of border between each cell. Okay, so in order to make it 1, okay, in order to make it 1, what I need to write here? Okay, so is, so here within table style, okay, within table style, so border hyphen collapse colon collapse. So now it's going to collapse, so both the borders, okay, you can notice that in our output, so it will collapse both the borders of cell as well as table, is it right? Okay, so now This border 1 point solid black, border 1 point solid black is common for both the table as well as TD, right? Okay. So why need to repeat these two lines? So can we write that in a one style? Yes, we can write both in a one style. Okay. So what I have to write here? So now I have to apply that style for both table, TD and TH. Of course, you can consider that for TH also. Okay. So now table, comma, TD, comma, TH, okay, TH, open flower braces, because this is what the style, right? So for that, so I need to open flower braces. So under that, so border colon 1 point solid black. So you can change any color over here. Okay. So black. So next one. Okay. So if I do so, again you will get what? 2 lines. So instead of that, you need to get, you want that one line in between means, so here border collapse colon collapse. Okay. So now if I will run this program, so you can notice that you will have what? Only one border in between TD. TD is nothing but cell as well as table border. Okay. So that is only one border, right? Okay, fine. So next, so if the properties, that means style properties are common, I can put that in one flower braces. Okay, all together just by separating these tags with a comma, right? Okay. Suppose, so I want to apply heading style is quite different from other two means, so must and should you need to keep that in a separate style, that means separate flower braces. Got it? So for example, here I have put this border common, right? Okay. So suppose assume that you are going to use what 4 types of styles for all 3. Okay. Suppose TH, I need to change only one style for TH means, so you must write that in a separate flower braces. Okay. You need to put that in a separate tag. Okay. Fine. So next, so now we can make this table even decorative. Okay. So even more attractive. So here I am going to write TH. Okay. So TH open flower braces. So text align, so colon left. Okay. So by default text is what left only, is that right? So left. So now if I will change that to a center, okay. So text align center. So which text I am going to change here? TH. TH stand for what? So table header is nothing but F name, L name, H. So if it is center means, so you can notice that in our output, so it will be up here in a center of a cell. Okay. So what if it is left? Okay. So left side of the cell, you can notice that in our output. Okay. Right means right side of the cell. Okay. So this is what the text alignment. So now I will make a small change for this same table. Okay. So TH. So here all the rows and header will have a same background color, right? So if I want to change the background color of TH, okay, heading. So that is TH open flower braces. So background hyphen color, okay. So colon. So I am going to write black. Okay. So I am going to write black. So that means even text as well as background both are in a black color, right? So in order to display our text on our background color black, so I have to change that color of the text. So for that, color colon white, color colon white. So now if I will run this program, so what about the table heading background? Black color. So what about the color of the text? It is in a white color. So now you can notice that table is what some more attractive, it is some more good to see when we are compared to the previous one, right? Okay. So now, so next one, I am going to modify the same program in order to get zebra table. Zebra table is nothing but what? So first row is what the white color, second row maybe a gray or black color, like that. Okay. So odd row and even row will have different colors. Okay. So how we can do that? So see, th is what the background black color. Okay, fine. So next, so I have to change the table row. Okay. So table row in a zebra color. It's nothing but alternative black and white or black shade, gray or whatever. Okay, like that. So now tr colon nth child. Okay, so nth child. So you need to write nth. It is stand for what? Nth. Okay, nth hyphen child, nth child in bracket. So I am going to write even. Okay, I am going to write even. Now open the flower brushes. Okay, now open the flower brushes. So now you write, so background hyphen color colon gray. Okay, so close this. So close the flower brushes. So now look here, header with the background color black, and the color is what? Text of that color of the text is what? White. And again, what about the tr? So up to nth child. Okay, so up to nth child. So suppose you want to apply only for the first 4 rows, means so 4th child. Okay, like that. So up to nth child, even rows. Okay, all even rows. That means second row, 4th row. So like that. Okay, second, 4th, 6th, 8th, like that. So for the even row, background color equal to what? Gray. Okay, it's not equal colon. So background color is what? Gray. So now if I will run this program, so you can notice that, so this table is what is quite more good to see when we are compared with the previous one, right? Yeah. So next, okay, so now I am going to change from even to odd. Okay, so even to odd. So instead of even rows, so now odd rows. That means, so first one, okay, here I am talking about tr. So these 3, Ajay, Sharath, Puneet and all. Okay, so now if I will run this, you can notice that there is a change bit. Now the output, there is a change, right? Okay. So this is how we can style our table even more decorative. Okay, so we can make use of what here within th. So border bottom. So as I already told you that, so B, capital B or small b. So it's a case insensitive. Okay, case insensitive. That means I can use any case letters. So border bottom colon double. Okay, so border bottom double, background color black and color is what? White. So now again if I will run this program, so there is a border at the bottom of the heading, because I have applied this property for th, right? Okay, so now it looks even more better, right? Okay, so this is how we can decorate our table we'll move on to forms. Okay, HTML forms. So HTML forms. So what do you mean by HTML forms? So actually we are using this forms. So when we want to collect some data from site visitors. So for example, username, password, or else username and email ID of user. Is it right? That means website visitor overall visiting that website. So in order to collect some data from visitors, so we are going to use what? Form. Okay, HTML form. So and form will collect all the input information and then will post it to backend applications such as PHP, CGI, like that. So as I already told you that here we have both front end as well as back end. Is it right? From the front end, from the front end it will collect all the information and it will give that to a back end in order to process. So for that, here in HTML we are going to use form tag in order to collect that information. Okay, so in order to collect the information we are going to use form tag. Okay, fine. Now look into syntax of form tag. Okay, so syntax form. Okay, so form, within that action equals within double quotes script URL, and again followed by method equals get or post. Okay, so then followed by form elements like input, text area, and then next radio buttons, checkbox and all. Okay, so these are all what? Form elements. So next one, so we need to close this form. Look here, I have opened here and I have to close this open tag of form. Within that, here there are two attributes. So one is action, another one is method. Is it right? So next one is what? So form elements. Okay, followed by form elements. So next one is what? Form. So example of form. So you can see that on screen. So this is how forms will look like. Okay, in that we have text box, radio buttons and all. So at the end of that submit button. Is that right? Okay. So now this is what the form tag here, this is what the closing form tag. So action. Okay, so what it mean action equal to script URL. Here we are gonna here this URL stand for actual backend code. Okay, backend application code URL. So this form is collecting all the information, right? So where it has to send. Okay, so in order to process that data, okay, so that front end form is only collecting the information from the front end and it will pass that to a backend code, right? That backend code URL must be right here. Okay, so in order to take action on that code, so here we need to write backend code application URL. So next one is method. Either it is what? Get or post, that I will come to that. Okay, I will explain that later. So followed by what? Form elements. Okay, so and also it will also include what? Here I have written what? Two attributes, which will also we have two more attributes in this form tag. So here target is nothing but once after posting this information where it has to come back. Okay, so blank is nothing but it's a blank page. Self is nothing but return back to the same page. Parent is nothing but you can see that in our website under home will have so many options. So when you click on home button, it will return back to the home itself, right? Okay, so that is how that is what the parent. So under home will have so many pages, so many options. So once you click on that, if that target is of type parent, it will back to home itself. Okay, so that's what example. Next one is what? ENC type. ENC type is nothing but encryption type. So you already studied CNC, okay, so why we need that encryption and all, you all know that, okay. So this is what encryption type, okay. What type of encryption you are going to use in order to send this information to the backend, okay, to the backend, got it. So next we'll move on to form elements. So HTML form control or form elements, which are all the form elements which are supported by what form tag is nothing but HTML form tag is nothing but, okay. So input text controls, okay. So text input controls in order to read the information, in order to read the input in the form of text, okay. So next one, checkbox controls, okay. So you can see that you already noticed that in many websites we have boxes. So when we click on that, you can get what right mark on top of that, is it right? So that is what the checkbox. Next one is what radio buttons. So out of many option, if I want to select any one means, so we can make use of this radio boxes or radio buttons, okay. So next one is what, select boxes. Select boxes is nothing but it's a drop down list. So in a drop down list we can select one or more options, okay. So that is what the drop down list. Next one is file select boxes. File select boxes is nothing but in order to upload or download files, is it right? So usually when we are using this, okay, usually we are using this for file uploading, okay. So in order to select the file which is located in our local system, okay. So in order to select that we need to give some means, right, on our web page. So we can achieve that through buttons, okay, boxes. So next one is what, clickable buttons. So clickable button is nothing but normal OK button, submit button, reset button, okay, which are all the button you can see on our website is what the clickable buttons. You can click on that buttons, right? That's why we call it as what, clickable. But next is what, submit and reset buttons, okay. Along with this we will also have what, some hidden controls. So like you can notice that so we have a previous and next button on our web page, right? So we don't know where it will be. So next button and previous button on our web pages, right? Okay. So actually we don't know, so which is the next page and all, okay. That is the hidden things, okay, fine. So these are all what HTML form controls. So that's it for today's session. So next in our coming session we will discuss this each of these controls so in detail one by one. So along with syntax and whatever the attributes which is supported by these controls and all, okay. So we will also call it as elements, okay, control as well as elements, okay. Thank you.